Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to transfer the image from our transparent paper onto our linoleum block. So I need to make sure that I've outlined my shapes on my paper. I need a piece of transfer paper, a ballpoint pen, and my linoleum block. Take a moment to make sure you've got your name on it and your class period. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the surface of my block is clean. And then I'm going to lay my transfer paper dark side down. So I want the dark paper touching the surface of my block. I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to tape the paper onto my block. I'm going to tape on one side of the paper all the way across my block to the other piece of paper. I have to go from paper to paper. I can't just tape it to the block. The block is pretty powdery and the tape doesn't stick, so I'm actually taping from one paper and kind of wrapping it around and taping to the other side. All right, there we go. This transfer paper has a blue ink on one side, so anything I press onto the paper will transfer to the other side. I can show you with my fingernail. If I press down a little, oops, let's try it again, it will transfer onto the block. So be careful not to scratch until you're ready for your image. Next, I'm going to take my tracing paper, lift off my image, and place it where I would like it to be on the block. I can kind of feel around to make sure that it's on there correctly. Now, since I have words, I need to make sure that I flip my picture over. This is a very important step. If I don't, when I print my image, my words will be backwards. So I'm going to place it carefully on my block, turned over, and then I'll do the same thing. I'm going to place the tape on one side, let it reach around kind of like a belt. And bring it over on the other side. I don't want it to go over my image, so if I need to tear it off, I do. Okay. Next thing, I'm going to take my ballpoint pen and pressing down fairly hard, I'm going to trace over the entirety of my image. I do have to press down fairly hard, not so hard that you tear your paper, but I'm putting a good amount of force on my paper. As I'm doing this, the pen is pushing that blue transfer ink onto the surface of my linoleum block. I'm going to want to check and make sure that it's working. Oops, looks like I'm not pressing down hard enough. So here we go, a little bit more pressure, maybe going back and forth a time or two so I'm really getting that image on there. And you can see the image is starting to transfer. I will do this for the entire surface